Where are we going today?
On our holiday.
Yes.
We've waited so long.
Our beautiful brekkie.
What are you doing?
Here, my brekkie. I'm taking... We arrived in London at Heathrow Airport, and the jet lag was definitely starting to kick in. If I'm being honest, I wasn't feeling the best, but the excitement was still high. We were so excited for our next flight, our last flight, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can prepare you for your first taste of Athens. 3 flights down, none to go. Is it yum? Our first night in the big city was in a neighbourhood called Sepolia. It was in a little Airbnb that had been recently renovated, and I absolutely adored the finishing touches. Our Airbnb was so close to the metro, and it made exploring on our first day very accessible. We surprisingly found using the metro very easy. We spent our time just looking at all the shops, walking around town, and just taking in life and enjoying Athens and what it had to offer. Athens at first can be very confronting, but what I came to notice is that if you dig a little deeper and scratch beneath the surface, you'll see that there's just something magical about this place and something different, and we really loved it. We went to a place called Taff Coffee, which is in a neighbourhood called Ammonia. It's like a little indie cafe shop, very well known for locally sourcing their coffee. By the end of the day, it was time to change Airbnbs. We said goodbye to Sepolia and made our way over to the neighbourhood of Neos Cosmos. Even though it was a bit of a concrete jungle, I'm not going to lie, the view was pretty incredible. There's ruins and history everywhere you look. We were so close to the Pantheon Stadium, so that's the first bit of sightseeing we did. The Pantheon Stadium, or Kalimamaro, meaning beautiful marble in Greek, was built in what was originally a natural ravine between the two hills of Agra and Ardetos, and is now located in the central Athens district of Pangrati. Although updated, this ancient stadium for many centuries has hosted athletic games and is now home to a permanent exhibition of memories from Olympic Games with posters and torches from 1896 until today. Within walking distance lies the Temple of Zeus and Hadrian's Arch. This half-ruined temple, dedicated to Zeus, king of the Olympian gods, rests within a peaceful, open complex under the watchful eye of the Acropolis. There are remnants of a Roman bathhouse and a sense of something greater than yourself. A stone's throw from the complex, Hadrian's Arch triumphs over passers-by and traffic. The Roman Emperor Hadrian had a great affection for Athens. He embellished the city with temples and infrastructure improvements, and as thanks, the people of Athens erected this monument of gigantic proportion in his honour in 131 AD. The next day, we strapped on our walking boots and readied ourselves for a sightseeing extravaganza. The Acropolis was first on the list, as the crowds never really lull and we wanted to get there as early as possible, as we aren't very fond of busy crowds. Located on a rocky outcrop above Athens, the Acropolis is home to an ancient citadel of over 20 archaeological remains, the Parthenon and the Erechtheion being the most famous.
What do you have to do?
Wash my hands so I don't get
Why?
What?
What did you do? Tell us what you did.
I touched a cat.
You touched a random stray cat.
Legend has it that Zeus offered a contest between Athena and Poseidon for the possession of Athens. Poseidon raised up his three-pronged trident, smashed it upon the hard rock of the Acropolis, and out a salt spring sprang. Athena, on the other hand, produced an olive tree, its rich fruits bountifully dangling from the branches. This dramatic showdown between the two powerful Olympians was immortalized in stone. The Athenians chose Athena's gift, and the olive tree has remained a central part of Greek life ever since, for all of its profound qualities. As you begin your descent down towards the Acropolis Museum, the vastness and opulence of this ancient culture becomes apparent. There aren't really any signs, you just kind of follow the ebb and flow of fellow tourists and find your way there. The monuments and artifacts of the Acropolis have withstood the ravages of past centuries, which today is brought to life via several exhibitions in the new Acropolis Museum, which has only been around since 2007. Below the museum, an ancient Athenian neighbourhood is incorporated in a unique way. Objects Athenians used in everyday life from all historic periods adorn the halls as far as the eye can see. For me, the crowning glory was 6 statues of maidens, known as the famous Porch of Maidens from the Erechtheion, otherwise known as caryatids or karai, which were moved into the museum in 2007 for preservation, although it's a sensitive and controversial subject amongst some in Greece. The history of this place is incredible. What is it about remnants from the past that make us feel so alive? After a busy morning exploring, it was definitely time for lunch. After dodging the numerous establishments heckling us, trust me, it's a thing in Athens, we chose this cute little traditional restaurant called Arcadia. Not only was the service incredible, but the food was so good I still have cravings for the moussaka. After lunch, it was time to head over to the Ancient Agora. On the way there, you'll find the peaceful paths of Anaphiatika, but you must also pass through Monastiraki and Plaka, which, let me tell you, is quite an experience. Walking into the Ancient Agora is like stepping into another world. There's a sense of peace, of reverence, of deep and profound respect, and you definitely feel it. We made our way over to the Temple of Hephaestus first. Built in 450 BC, the Temple of Hephaestus was dedicated to the god Hephaestus, who was the god of fire, craftsmanship and metal. Even though the Temple of Hephaestus is an incredible sight to behold, you simply cannot miss the Stoa of Attalos, commanding your attention from all angles of the Agora. A stoa is a covered walkway or portico. It was built by and named after King Attalus II of Pergamon, who ruled between 159 and 138 BC. Now a museum, you can find countless archaeological finds excavated from the Agora depicting civic life, Athenian democracy, and fine specimens of black and red figured pottery, kitchenware, terracotta figurines, and so much more. It's just so humbling to see how they lived and to see that deep down we're all the same, taking deep enjoyment from the simple things in life. A home, good food on the table, and surrounded by people we love. No matter what reason you come to Athens, whether it's the people, the culture, the food, the sights, I'm sure, just like us, it will steal a little piece of your heart, and I certainly cannot wait to return. Thank you so much for watching. If you've made it to the end of this video, please like and subscribe so you can keep up to date with all of our future adventures. Next, we're off to Paros. See you then!